Can't afford him anyway. Now, where is it? It's here, isn't it? The dice rolls. Yes, I think. It's just, no, I had this ready. There we are. So, there's the dice rolls. Now, as we can see, there's a 65%. That's interestingly, it's like they're trying to express 2/3, which obviously is 66.6%. Hasn't quite got the granularity though, 65, does it? I mean, you might think that's 2/3. It's not though. It's almost 2/3, which is interesting. 76%. Now that's a great number if you just want to pull a statistic and just sort of claim something. 75% just sounds way, way, way too much like you've just pulled a number out of your ass, doesn't it? 76% though. I mean, who's going to question that? You know, that sounds like you've done some proper research. So that's a really nice number. We like that. 86 is obviously a great number. 86. I mean, that's 14% off a 1, isn't it? Off 100%. So I always think of that. That's probably 7/8. I mean, it's actually isn't it? It's 2/15, but it's 7/8, sort of around that area. It's quite an interesting number anyway. 57%. I think that's quite an ugly one. I mean, if you went around someone's house and they had, say, their volume set to 57%, I mean, you'd find that a bit weird, wouldn't you? You'd think this person's not okay. I mean, 55%, 60%, even a 58 at a push, but a 57%, it's doing nothing, isn't it? It's just not there. Just not there. Lovely number here, look at that one. 3. One of my favourite numbers, 3. I am the third child. 3 is obviously, when they say that sometimes 2's a crowd, well, you try 3. And obviously, at the end, we've got a 0. Zeros are nice. 0, of course, both infinite and tiny simultaneously. 100%, that's always a nice thing to see, isn't it? I 100% approve of eating bacon, for example. It's rare in the modern age you get people with that level of surety in their opinions, unless they're wrong. Then here we've got a 28%. Now that's kind of a frightening percentage, unless it's, for example, your odds of getting an STD. In which case, it's a worry, but it's perhaps a gamble you'd still go for, isn't it? 50%, half. It's not putting the effort in, is it? Again, if someone says, oh, what percentage of those did you pass? And you go for 50%. That doesn't sound like it's true, does it? Sounds like you've made it up. Sounds like it was kind of around half. And instead of having actual numbers, instead of knowing actual maths, you just made it up. That didn't go very well, whatever that is. 20%. Obviously, I'd love to show you what these are, but they're just, there isn't space on the screen. I'm sure you can see that. Another 50% there. Again, just not putting a lot of effort in that as a stat. Doesn't do a lot for me. This one's 77%. Now, again, that's a nice number, isn't it? If someone said to you, oof, 77%, that works, you'd think, yeah, they've done some science. They've researched this at least 100 times because it's 77. 75, what, you flipped a coin 4 times? 75% of the time it's tails? It's not persuasive, is it? 77, that's a statistic. That's something you can believe in. Whereas look at that, 75. Who cares? Who gives a damn? Who's ever going to be persuaded by that? So, what do I see in the numbers? What's it told me? They're mostly quite large, aren't they? Up towards the top end. Of course, we are only looking at them for one team, so that's not fair. What we should do, of course, is have a look at the other team's numbers. Now, I mean, I think those are nicer numbers. I know there's less of them, but I just think they're nicer. I mean, I've always been a big fan of 19s, ever since the song, 19. So that's a nice number to always see. That cheers me up. 70%, again, I can believe in 70%. I can believe in that. That persuades me. 88%. Okay. Suddenly I've gone off this whole page. Yeah, just when they were nice numbers, there had to be a toxic number, didn't there? A number of hate. No, I'm sorry about this. It does say on my stream that it might be not safe for work. So, look, I'm sorry for any of you out there offended by that. Huge apologies to Volcaggio, obviously, and any other of my German friends. I'm with you. I'm deeply sorry. I should have checked this screen before showing it to you. And obviously, it probably means I now can't travel in Germany. So I'm sorry for that. I'm not even going to explain why. I think we should just move on. Another 100 there. No, there's another one down there. 200s. Double 100. So this is a much nicer page. Another 50 at 33. Again, these are junk stats, aren't they? They're just not. Who's going to believe that? Look at these stats. I mean, I've gone right off them. It's not just this, is it? The 70 was nice. The 19, beautiful. But it's like a nice front door, but an ugly house. If you tell people you're talking about hundreds and 50s and 33s, it doesn't sound like you're talking statistics, does it? It sounds like you just pick some numbers out of your ass. Okay, J-Can, look, the VOD's going to be available. You can go back and have a look at how I study dice, and then you can pull them out. And this, obviously, this is a much, yeah, I'm happier with this page. I'm a lot happier here. I think this is a good page. I don't think there's anything quite as upsetting as the number we're not talking about. Again, sorry to my German friends. Spiritually, I'm with you. I hadn't checked it through. It's my fault. Some nice big numbers here. Look at 46. Shame not to see a 42. Always nice to see a 42, I find. With its throwback to the Douglas Adams. If you don't know what I'm talking about with 42, you really should. That's a cultural oversight on your part. Is there a 42? Right in the middle. Oh, well, there's a 42%. So there is. Oh, I knew I liked this page. Look at that. You see, there's a 42. Now, if you've done a game and then afterwards there's a 42, I think it's probably all gone all right, hasn't it? I mean, you can't really moan about that. That's a really nice number. I mean, look, I know there's the odd 150 hidden in here and a 0 and all that rubbish. But look, 67, 73, you got a feeling that's rounded up from 66.666, isn't it? They're being lazy. 73, 86, 72, 28. Who's going to make anything up and go, oh yeah, 28%? That's not a lie, is it? That's some maths there. Right. I think really I need to take a break. That's 73 is nice, yeah. If you're British, of course, you might remember if you're the same age as me. There used to be a Saturday morning kids show called Down at 73. I think the theme tune went something along the lines of, oh, excuse me. Hey, you get ready, get on your feet, get into gear, and hit the street. You never know what you'll see when you go through the door with the 7-3, which I liked. I liked the way they built the name of the place into the song. I had Sandy Toskvig, who's a very amusing Danish lesbian. A very small woman, but very funny. Right, so there we are. We did look at the numbers. I hope we all feel we've learnt from that experience. And like a proper streamer, of course, I'm now set up to do it again. It would be lovely if I could show you more detail, but as you can see, just no space on the page. Oh, check the cheesy transition. Got to love that. And we will indeed be back soon. Or not. I'll see what the wife says.